In this video, I want to go over some Blink-182 updates. Notice that here I'm in Neovide, and I'm going to start typing some text down here. Just going to go to the line below here, and I'm going to type bash, for example. Notice that I don't have any snippets that show up there. But now, if instead of typing bash, just like that, I add a semicolon, and then I type bash, you're going to notice that my snippets do show up now. So for example, I want to accept this one. I'm just going to type Control-Y, that accepts it, and it adds the snippet automatically. Let's give it another try. If I now type another one, Python, notice that my snippets do show up only if I type a colon at the beginning of the snippet. That is something configurable, and I'm going to let you know how to do it in a minute. So I'm just going to accept this Python X. This is just an example. Accept it, and notice that it was added. Why is this useful? Because I have a lot of snippets. Let me give you an example here real quick. I'm just going to type here, bash. I'm going to accept this. This is just a code block. And now I'm going to add one of my videos. So now I'm going to type here workflow 20 to give you an example. And notice that two videos show up, right? This one or this one. Let's say that I want to accept this one. My video is added there. So as you're able to tell, if I type here YT, this is for my YouTube videos. And I don't know, there's over 80 or something videos. So I have a lot of snippets, one for each one of them. I'm going to show you how I load them in LuaSnip in a minute. But this interfered with my typing a lot, right? So every time that I was typing, one of the keywords that show here in LuaSnip, here on the list, it would show me a lot of snippets. So that's the reason why now, to show my snippets, I configured Blink to require a character before. So if I delete this and I just come down to the line below and I type the way that I would type regularly, so I'm just going to start typing something here. This is just some example text. As you notice, it shows up, but the keywords that are in my videos do not show up and I don't get a lot of noise. Also, if I type short words like as, notice that nothing shows up in the completion menu because that's the way that I want to have this. If I type is, for example, nothing shows up as well. So that's the first item that you see here on the list on the right-hand side, trigger text for LuaSnip. I'm just going to mark this task as done. And if you want to know how I manage tasks in Neovim, the way that I did right now, I have a video. I explain all of this in detail here. I released this yesterday, so go and check it out. Notice that the next item that shows in the list is LSP Fallbacks. Let me switch to my browser real quick. We're just going to compare the code from the last video to this new video so you can see what the differences are. Notice at the very top of the file, there is that local trigger text on line 12 on the right-hand side. You can see that here. This is line 12. So that is just the trigger character that I configured. If instead of one semicolon, you want to use two semicolons, you just modify that there. Also notice that this is the blink-cmp.lua file, and all of this is in my dot files. I'm going to show you where we use this trigger text character in a minute. Okay, so notice here that under providers on line 22, we have the LSP provider, and on line 31, we have fallbacks. We have snippets, LuaSnip, and buffer. I left a note here. When linking markdown nodes, I would get snippets and text in the suggestions. So I want those to show only if there are no LSP suggestions. What do I mean by this? Let me jump back here to Neovide, and I'm going to start typing some text here to reference a file, for example. So I'm just going to open up two brackets. Notice that I get some suggestions automatically. I haven't even typed any letters, but let's say that I want to link to a file called bind9. This is the file. Just going to accept this, and let's say that I want to link to a specific heading in that file. Just going to type here the pound symbol, and I'm just going to type here key, for example. Notice that this is a heading in that file. I'm going to accept this completion, and now, if I want to, I can go to this file. If I type gd, go to definition, I can get directly to that heading. Just going to close this buffer. So that's what I meant by the noise, right? When I'm typing here, when I'm linking files in my notes, I don't want random characters to show up here, and I don't want my snippets to show up. I want them to show up only if there are no LSP suggestions. So that's why you see that there under fallbacks. Notice as well that the score offset changed from 1000 to 90. Why? Because in LazyVim, Folky uses 100 as the highest offset score. So I just switched all of mine to 100 or less. If we keep scrolling down on this file, we're going to see some other options. Notice that on line 34, we're in LuaSnip right now, and the main keyword length is set to 2. So this means that I have to type 2 characters for my snippets to show up. Notice that I added a fallback there, which is snippets, which is the next item that you see here on the list. I'm just going to mark this one as done. So what do I mean by this LuaSnip fallbacks? If, for example, I'm typing some text here in Neovide. Just going to delete this, and I'm just going to type some other text to add a snippet. Just going to type bash, and you're going to notice that my snippets show up first. And if there is no snippet that I configured, it's just going to show me all of the snippets that come with friendly snippets. Let me give you an example. If I type here link, for example, the first one is not one that I configured. I configured the second one, link clip, the one that you see here, but this one was added because of the fallback. So mine take priority, and if nothing shows up for my custom snippets, all of the friendly snippets show up there. That's the way that I want them. Notice that the next item that I have here on the list is reduce noise with min keyword length and max items. So we already looked at min keyword length. That is the one that was shown here in the code. Min keyword length, you can see it on line 38. I need to type at least 2 characters for my snippets to show up, my LuaSnip snippets. So if I jump back here to Neovide, and I'm going to start typing here one of my snippets. If I type the letter B, nothing is going to show up. But if I type the letter A, it shows up the bash one, and that's one of mine. I'm just going to delete this. And I quickly want to show you how I feed all of the YouTube videos into LuaSnip. So I'm just going to go back to my terminal here. This is my .files latest. I'm going to open my LuaSnip plugin configuration. It's shown here. And if we scroll here to the top, you're going to notice that I have here, for example, this function to load snippets from my YouTube videos from a text file. The path to the text file, I specify it below, but this is the function. And if we scroll down here a little bit, you're going to notice in the markdown section at the bottom that this is where I load the files. Here is the directory. I didn't add this in my .files because if someone uses my config, you would get all of my videos as completions. So I just left them in a different repo. So you don't have all of that text in there. So this is where I declare the file. This is where I call the function and pass the file. And what does that file look like? Let me go to Neovide real quick again. And I'm just going to look for here, video list. Here's the one, this video list.txt. It's just a text file. And if I open it, you're going to notice that it just has a list of all my videos with the link below. I'm just going to close this buffer. Just wanted to show you that. And what does this max items option mean? You're going to notice that I specify that in the different providers. LuaSnip, I wanted to show me only 8 items maximum, but I configured it depending on the provider. If it's snippets, I think I set it to 3. Notice that we're in the LuaSnip provider here, line 34. If you look at line 45, you're going to notice that I added this function, should show items. In this, if you look at line 49, is where I call this trigger text, which we declared as a variable at the very top of the file. So that's what allows me to show the items only when that character or characters are pressed. Notice that down here on line 53, we have this other function, transform items. This is what deletes the trigger text character that is added at the beginning of the snippet, we could say. So after it's accepted, those characters will be deleted automatically by this function. There is something else that you need to do as well after this transform function. If you scroll down here, you're going to notice that there is this reload LuaSnip. After the transformation, I had a lot of issues. It was acting up really strangely. The only way that I was able to make it work correctly was by reloading LuaSnip, because otherwise some strange behavior would happen. So if you experience that, make sure that you reload the provider. That should take care of it. Okay, so that's the item that we had there, reduce noise with these 2. The next item on the list is this path with fallbacks. What do I mean by this? If we scroll down here a little bit more, you're going to notice on line 79 that I added this provider path, score offset is set to 3. Fallbacks, notice that I have 3 fallbacks there. And that's because when I'm typing a path, I was getting a lot of noise. I was getting snippets, text, and a lot of other stuff, and I didn't want that. I want those to show only if there are no path suggestions. What do I mean by this? Let me jump to Neovide again. And if I open up another bullet point down here, and I'm just going to type some text here, go to quotes, and let's search for a path. Just going to type the symbol here. And notice that this shows up. Just going to type here GitHub. I'm getting paths here. Now I'm going to type here .lat. Notice that it fuzzy matches the item. I can accept this. I can go to Neovim, for example. Neovim. Then I can go to Neovim. I'm going to go to Lua. I'm going to go to plugins. And I'm going to search here for Blink.cmp, right? So as you noticed, I only got path suggestions. What happens if I press GX here? Notice that it opens this path in Neovide. Just gonna close here, later BD, we'll close the buffer. If you don't know what Neovide is, and if you would like to explore more about it, I have a video, which is the one here, released it a week ago, Neovide features. I explain a lot of stuff about Neovide and some really nice use cases. So go and check it out. So let's go back to the file here. Just gonna mark this item as done here in my to-do list. And notice that I have this other item, buffer less items. Just gonna mark this as done here. And you're gonna notice here on the browser that I have this under line 96. The buffer provider max items was set to 3. These are the words that you have typed in your buffer already. So Blink is just gonna show them to you so you can accept them as completions. Notice that I set the min keyword length to 4 because I don't want them to show all the time. The next item that I have here on the list is load snippets from file. But I already showed you how I do that for my YouTube videos. I released this video a few days ago. What is Blink.cmp and how to configure it. So that's the config that you see on the left hand side. I go over a lot of stuff there. And there's a lot of questions in that video. Some things that don't work for Blink yet. Unfortunately, those are things that I don't use, so I haven't paid much attention to it. But if I come up with new updates, I'll make sure to create a new video. Notice the next item that I have on the list on the right hand side is this dadbod demo on the previous video. So if you want to see how I use dadbod and if you want to make sure or if you want to confirm that completion works there, you can check the video out. And notice this command line. I'm just going to open this link, GX here. It's going to take me here to Reddit. And notice this response from the Petka 2001. Not sure how to pronounce it. So this is something that was asked about in the video. I added it today to my configuration. And this is for command line completion. What do I mean by this? Let me jump back here again. And if I type some commands, I'm just going to bring up command mode here. And I'm just going to type frequency, for example. Notice that I can accept these suggestions, which is pretty nice. So if, for example, I accept this frequency delete, then I can specify the path to the file that I want to delete. What else do I use here? I don't use a lot of commands. I use more key maps. But for example, if I type Mason, you're going to notice that Mason shows up. That's pretty nice. If I type lazy extras, shows up there as a suggestion. Or basically any other command that you type, this is going to help you a lot. So again, thanks to the Reddit community, especially thanks to the Petka for answering many of the Neovim questions that I have had in the past. I just wanted to show you that command line option, which I think is pretty nice. Notice here that I have another item and it's fix autosave. What do I mean by this? Let's go back to Neovide here. And I'm going to insert a snippet here, one that is not mine. So I'm just going to type here 3 times 2 table. I didn't create this. This comes from friendly snippets automatically. So if I accept this, you're going to notice that something happens. My file is going to autosave and something strange is going to happen. So I'm just going to accept this suggestion and I'm just going to wait here for a minute. It didn't fail this time. I'm not sure why. Just going to type here A and on the second column, I'm just going to type here B. Yep, so it didn't work because of autosave, I think. Let's give it another try. I'm just going to type another table here. Table. I'm just going to accept this suggestion. Now let's just wait. It autosaved. I'm still here. I don't know why it didn't jump to the next section. This is something that I still have to figure out. It doesn't happen with every key map. Let me show you, for example, mine. Mine seemed to work just fine. Just going to type here chirpy. This is one of my snippets. Just going to accept it. Just going to type something here, testing. And if I hit tab, it jumps to where it needs to jump, right? So if I type here tip, for example, it seems to be okay. So I'm not sure if it's an issue with friendly snippets, LuaSnip, Blink.cmp, or where the issue is. I'll figure it out another day. But if you know what's going on, please let me know down in the comments. I have a video about autosave. It's one of my first videos. I just go over the plugin that I use. I know it's a very controversial topic. Should you autosave or not? I'm on the autosave team. I've been there for quite a few months now, and I don't think I'm going back. Okay, so I quickly wanted to go over this updates regarding Blink. If you have any other tips, if you have any other issues, let us know down in the comments. If you see that someone asks in the comments and you know the answer, please let us know in the comments as well, because it helps everyone. I'm going to create a Reddit post out of this video, so there's usually a lot of useful information there. So go and check that out too. Okay, so I hope this was useful. I'll see you in the next video.